I know it's a little bit late, but over my break, I watched probably one of the best and one of the most goofy superhero movies I've ever seen in my life. And today we're going to be talking about the Batman. I just want to start off by say a big shocker is Robert Pattinson is actually an amazing Batman, and I'm hyped about how good he did. Uh, he did like really good. Everyone's saying that he did something good in The Lighthouse, but I'm not really entirely sure what that is. I just know it's a horror movie, and that Twitter really likes, so I'm assuming it's fine. Uh, but Robert Pattinson did a fantastic job as Batman. His Bruce Wayne still needs a little bit of work, but I think that among everyone who's like shitting on the movie right now, if they don't love it, they're just wrong. It's objectively a good movie. Just a few small complaints. I don't really like Andy Serkis as Alfred. I'm more used to a different kind of Alfred, so that's just my personal opinion. But the Riddler, fantastic villain. The little like shock at the end with who they're implying to be the big bad of Batman is it was pretty cool. The Riddler's like purpose was cool. I also really like Catwoman. I think that she was a really good character and did a really good job. I just think that overall the movie was so good. No, to just touch on a little bit of that goofy stuff. The Penguin, easily one of the best characters in the movie, but he is insanely goofy. Uh, he just like shits it down on Jim Gordon and Batman while they are interrogating him in one part, which isn't really a spoiler because whatever. Uh, he's like, "How am I gonna get home?" And it's super goofy. That entire thing is after Batman chases after him and like causes a bunch of car accidents and explosions and shit. Just reliving this movie just puts a smile on my face and gives me joy. It's so insanely good. Um, but this was a very different type of Batman film. And the Batman Begins, it was just Batman like learning who he is. Same with the whole Dark Knight trilogy. But this one, it's more of like an actual detective Batman. The movie starts off with him like monologuing about why he dresses up for Halloween and stuff, and then they show the Riddler kill off the first person the Riddler kills, and then they go in and he's walking through talking about how like he's vengeance, his entire thing is revenge, and that's all he's doing, and Gotham needs him to show revenge, and then he's beating up on some like low life thugs. They like ask him who he is, and without even a word, he just says I'm vengeance, and then just starts attacking and beating the shit out of people. It's so good. And then he goes in and starts like shitting on, or not shitting. He starts like doing some detective work. He he walks in with Jim, and the police officers are just like talking shit about him. And then, like 20 minutes later in the movie, when he's Bruce Wayne, the police officers are like chugging on his balls. It's so good. It's so incredibly good. Just some like minor complaints. I thought Bruce Wayne was super cringe. Didn't really like him. Again, I didn't really like Alfred. Uh, there was no real point for like the final battle to start, and but like it happened and was cool, so I was into it. Another thing is Batman like blows up and kills two people. Uh, it's because instead of like stopping and tracking Penguin like a smart person would or a good detective, he just like hits the gas and doesn't stop. And then he intentionally slams into Penguin, which was like a little different to see, but it was just overall a really good movie. Robert Pattinson was a very pleasant surprise, and I was excuse me, I was incredibly shocked at how good Robert Pattinson did. I was expecting him to do just the worst movie, like the worst possible role. But he did a very very good job, and I'm actually super impressed by it. I also really liked the end, how Batman like the very end, how Batman like realizes that he made a mistake and that he was a piece of shit, and he had to determine like what he wanted to do better in order to be better for Gotham. Uh, but like the entire movie is awesome. I think Catwoman grows as well throughout the movie. She starts off as just like only doing this for my friend, and then she finds something or some information out. So then she goes off to try and kill a person, and then right before she shoots him, Batman stops her from shooting that person. And then I'm just trying not to get too deep into spoilers, but overall, it was a very pleasant experience. I also feel bad for the people who were sitting next to me and my girlfriend who were watching the movie together, because we were like happy laughing. It's like if you've ever seen Ready Player One, it's not bad and the movie's not meant to be funny, but it's just so incredibly goofy that you can't stop yourself from laughing. It's so funny and so random. The amount of times that Batman is like screaming how he's vengeance and revenge and doesn't say that he's Batman is highway robbery. That would have been amazing if he would have said that. Uh, I don't know. Just overall, it was just a super good movie, and I was actually extremely impressed by it. I don't really have any major complaints. I'm just hoping that when I watch this movie again, I like it the same amount, because I had the same issue with The Rise of Skywalker. I liked The Rise of Skywalker at first, and then I watched it a second time and a third time, and I was like, this movie fucking sucks. And now it's one of my least favorite Star Wars movies. I just am super hoping that I actually enjoy the movie. But overall, dude, Batman's an easy 90%. It's so good. The theater experience was wonderful. It was incredibly cool. It was also really dark for a PG-13 movie, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't rated R. I know that they're trying to like not get movies rated R, but they did it with the Suicide Squad, so I'm assuming, because I believe this movie's canon, that they could have made it rated R, because like it was extremely gruesome, and I feel like that some of the fight scenes would have been pretty cool if it was rated R, like even cooler if it was rated R, but like I don't know. The entire movie's basically like a Skyrim quest, and I loved it. It was so good. And yeah, it's an easy 90% for me, and that's about all I got. Thanks, guys.